think we're gonna have us a tree dog one day. We still got a lot of work to do, but I couldn't be happier. I'm telling you, they come up. We were at 1,000 feet. Hey guys, it's Jason with Crane Creek Kennels. Was talking to a guy through Facebook Messenger. Haven't actually met yet. His name's Michael Ray. He lives up in kind of north central Missouri. Him and I both become state reps for ACHA, and we were talking about dogs, and he said he followed the YouTube channel and seen some of the videos that I put out or whatever, and he was telling me about this dog he has that when you get about 40 yards from the tree with a light on, he takes off, and he's got some advice that probably I would even probably give him, and I told him that probably back years ago. I try not to jump off to that severe end of it right away. One of the things I told him is start feeding him with his light on. I know that sounds crazy, but if a dog is associating, hey, I'm going to get fed with that when that light's on, then maybe that will stop him from running off in the woods from you. Another thing is it would be tough for me to do it just because of the terrain I hunt in. But instead of having your light on, going in there, maybe take your cell phone and use it to try to ease in there to where he's at, and kind of get your hands on him, get him tied up, pet him up, coon or not. I mean, the dog's treeing. You can work on those other things later. He indicated he got this dog when he was a little bit older, so there might have been some issues with him and his previous owner at the tree. I don't know. I don't know who owned the dog before. I'm just, could have not been. He could have been anything. But if you got a dog like that, and I talked about this in one of the puppy videos I done. This is not particularly a puppy, but just like Twisted, I've had issues where I thought he was being lazy and not hunting at his full potential. But the coons, I've got them on camera. I've got game cameras out. So we're hunting from 7 o'clock to midnight, and I literally got a picture on my game camera of Twisted and Ranger going by the game camera at 11:50, and at 1:15 there's a coon on the camera. Well, those coons are moving then, and then all day's passing, and then you're going at whatever time before midnight that night. Those tracks are pretty old, so I was starting to get frustrated, with that. But the coons have started moving better. They're moving earlier. I think I've said before, I don't really feel comfortable this time of year running dogs between midnight and daylight, unless I knew I could get to them and get out there for daylight. You got deer season going on, bow hunting, and gun season's right around the corner for it as well. So don't want any issues with landowners. Whatever dog gets out of pocket and it's daylight for you to get him caught back up or whatever. I don't really want to run into that issue and have a discrepancy there with a landowner. But just like with Michael, what I told him was, hey, just take your time, work with the dog. The dog a tree. Try those things. See if you can get that worked out of him by either feeding him with that light on. Maybe cut your light off, and most all cell phones have a flashlight on that's not very bright, but be bright enough that you can slip in the woods, with it on, and maybe get the dog caught up at the tree and get him tied up, and pet him up some, let him know, hey, it's okay, it's going to be a good experience while you're here. And I just since I've been back in and I've hunted with some guys, they've told me even about Twisted, because he would almost prefer to be by himself, but he will come back and back a dog, but he won't back a dog hard and tree like he's supposed to. He won't stay on the tree. and a guy told me, you just need to whip him. And, you know, maybe I do, but there's some other things that, you know, I've done before in the past that's cured that, you know, not treeing right and stuff like that didn't cause for whipping or, you know, stimulating them with a train system or whatever. Twisted is he's tone broke, so I mean, you know, if he gets somewhere where he ain't supposed to be, I can tone him and get him back. But we don't always have to be the rough side of whipping, or maybe, you know, more severe punishment for the dog. And if you're kind of getting started and you picked up a dog, you know, that was kind of cheap or you know, whatever, it may have a few flaws that you've got to work through, or you got to make a decision of I like this dog good enough that I'm going to hang on to him and try to work through those flaws, or I'm just going to accept the flaws and deal with them. You know, does the cons outweigh the pros? You know, and Twisted's deal is he is not a competition dog. He is not built that way. He don't hunt that way. So it's tough to competition hunt. I've been trying, and really the only reason I've been trying is because he's already a show champion and a water race champion, and I would really like to at least make him a night champion, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. I mean, he'll tree coons, but it's going to be real tough. Coming up November, we got 4 or 5 hunts that I can get to here locally that we're going to go hit and hopefully come away with 1 or 2 cast wins. Honestly, out of all, I think there's 5 hunts out of 5. If I could come away with 1 cast win, I'd be happy with him. He is just not set up to competition. You know, he just he's not one of those that's going to get on the tree and stay there and rub his belly, you know, on it. He's gonna come off the tree and come to you. Sometimes, you know, he'll go out and he'll blow up. He's hard to call because he's kind of ball squally mouth on ground, and you can tell he's locating up, but you can't always tree him on that first locate because he'll blow up and you'll think, okay, he's going to stay there, and then, you know, he'll start making circles and realize that the coon ain't there, and he'll move on down. He'll blow up again. So he's really tough to call. But there are some things that I do like about him. The fact that he will tree coons. He's not as accurate as I would like for him to be, but he gets the job done. He's been pretty good with a puppy. You know, puppies are all over old dogs whenever they're in the woods. So those are things that I do like about him. And if I get the opportunity to breed him, to get a pup out of him, you know, I will. And if I don't, that's okay too. Again, Ranger's my project, and it's kind of what you know, what I put in my head. And, you know, maybe you don't want to commit to that long, but if I'm buying a puppy that's, you know, whatever, 8, 9, 10 weeks old, in my eyes, Walker dog, black and tan, blue tick, English, red bone, leopard cur, whatever you're hunting, in my eyes, you know, it's going to take 2 years to really get that dog to where, I guess you would say he's reliable, and you know what he's going to do. You know, with Ranger, he's starting early. You know, I may know here in another 6-8 months, you know, exactly what he's going to do. But, you know, I committed when I got him that, hey, he's a 2-year project for me. So till his 2nd birthday, you know, win, lose, or draw, he's mine. And you know, and if there's things that I don't like about him, I probably won't just make a hasty decision right at 2 years and say, okay, it ain't gonna work out and get rid of him. But you know, I can start evaluating things the closer we get to that time. I don't think that's gonna be the case with him. Like I said, I mean, y'all seen the videos. I mean, y'all guys coon hunt just like I do. To get a puppy to even go off with an old dog and not turn around, you know, a couple, 200-300 yards and come back to you when they're, you know, 3-4 months old. you know, that could be a challenge and frustrating too. And he's been doing it since he was 3 months old, 2.5, 3 months old. You know, ever since I've had Twisted taking him with him, he's been going every step with him. I mean, he's been doing a whole lot. He's gotten here within the last couple weeks where, you know, things are starting to, you can kind of see that things starting to turn a little bit, and he still likes to play and bounce around and, you know, jump all over Twisted, but you can also see when you turn him loose, it's one thing that I like about that Sport Dog light. I mean, I got the tracker in my hand, but you know, I like to be looking up and hearing what's going on with the dogs. And with that Sport Dog light, I can see if those dogs are together or if they're separated. And that's one of the things that I do like about it, is give me the ability to see what's going on with the dogs in the woods. Is Ranger just running around with Twisted and chasing after him and barking after him? Or is he actually out there with his nose on the ground hunting something? And that's one of the things that I have liked about that, because I can see what's going on with that light by, you know, where they're at. And you know, the last couple of videos, Ranger bait that small coon in a rock creek bank by himself. I don't like a dog to hole at all. I would almost rather break them off of it, but at that age, if it's the right game, I'm gonna be right there with him, petting him up, helping him try to dig it out, whatever. You know, if it's off game at that age, I'm gonna hook a leash to him, I'm gonna drag him to the dog box, I'm gonna put him in it. I ain't beating him, you know, or none of that stuff. I don't want him relating anything negative with me, because my number one pet peeve of any dog, whether it be coon dog, house dog, or whatever, is when I call that dog, I want him to come to me. And you know, I have, to be honest, I've been frustrated and with that situation, took that frustration out on dogs before, but it always ends in negative results. So, you know, I've tried to change that over the years, and I mean, Ranger was 200 yards. They got over onto some other people's property. Ranger I do not run him with the track and train collar on. He just had the track collar on, and I started calling him and Twisted, and he immediately come off the track, come down the side of the mountain right to me, loaded him up in the dog box. Twisted the same way. Those are the things that I do like about Twisted. He will come when he's called. So you just gotta evaluate the dog that you're hunting, and come up with you know, what will fit you, what will suit you. We all want that dog that when you unsnap the leash, he don't even pass the first coon. You know, he gets every one treat that he comes to. You know, some guys want those dogs that get out of there and get deep quick. I just want a dog to be accurate. You know, I just want him to go out. When I turn him loose, I want him to go tree coons. Me personally, I do not want a dog that blows out the country. I would prefer to have a dog that every coon he comes to, he trees. If that's 50 yards, 100 yards, 200 yards, half a mile or a mile, whatever that looks like. You know, I often question on dogs that blow out, you know, half mile, 3/4 of a mile right out of the bat before they open up. I often question in the back of my mind, how many coons or tracks are they passing to get out, you know, ahead or away or whatever they're doing from any other dogs. I just, you know, I would rather unsnap one, and when he opens his mouth, he's on the coon, and when he trees, he's got one in the tree. So anyway, guys, that's my little spiel. Maybe that'll help somebody out if you're having an issue with a dog. I ain't saying I know everything, but shoot me a message. Jump on Instagram and shoot me a message over there at Creighton Creek Kennels, or through Facebook Messenger, or leave it in the comments. If I can help anybody, I'll be more than glad to help. That's the only way we're going to help this sport grow is to give out advice that is good sound advice while trying to get the younger group in. And if a young hunter's out there having trouble with a dog he's got that he's hunting, he's frustrated, just be patient. I know that's a hard word to do, but just be patient with him. Ask somebody. If you don't want to ask me, ask somebody you know. Get some advice from somebody, a good source, and try to either work through those issues or learn to deal with those issues, or may come down to somebody else can work through those issues, so you may have to send the dog to someone else and find you something else to hunt. But anyway, if you have questions, if I can help you in any way, leave a comment. Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube, wherever. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate that, and like the video. And until next time, keep them treed.